Hello fellow book nerds, Emmy Walker here to do a book review. It's been a while since I've done a book review. I don't know what's been keeping me from doing it, to be honest with you, except for my lack of video filming, but really that's not been it. It's just been having a hard time putting thoughts into words, a little more concise for one specific book that would fill up the time for a book review. So I'm going to give you a little heads up. You may notice me wearing the exact same outfit in the next few videos. That is because I am filming all of these videos all at once because I don't know when I'll have time to do so again. So yeah, so get ready for the blue and white shirt and enjoy it. So today I'll be doing a spoiler-free review of Grave Mercy by Robin Lefevers. This is the first book in the His Fair Assassin trilogy. I believe it's a trilogy. And I gave this book a 2 out of 5 stars. Alright, so Grave Mercy is about a young woman, Ismay, who is, right in the beginning, she escapes her abusive father and her potential husband and lands herself in the convent of St. Mormain, which he's the god of death. The convent is a collection of nuns who train young women to become assassins and do the bidding of Mormain, who essentially is looking out for the well-being of the area's duchess, the court duchess. I don't know, I'm not 100% sure if this is supposed to be taking place in like a real, because it mentions France and things like that, so I don't know if it's supposed to be a real live thing, or if she's just kind of bending the truth a little bit, or what really, but anyway, so yeah, so the Duchess seems to be the person that, you know, this god Mormain is really looking out for. So the plot of this book sounds really cool. Assassin nuns working for death himself. That should be really neat. It should be, but it's not. I was so unbelievably underwhelmed by this book, and a lot of it had to do with the fact that our main character Ismay is a huge dud. I mean, she's not only boring, but she's inconsistent as well. So she has these violent thoughts all the time, but then she's portrayed as being this weak little character, and it doesn't make any sense. And why does she seem to hate only attractive men? She seems to hate this Delorny character simply because he doesn't like her, but he's of course, you know, so super attractive. And then she has absolutely no reason to want to kill Duval, who's our main character of the book. She just instantly hates him when she meets him. That doesn't make any sense. He's done absolutely nothing to her. Done nothing to her except be infuriated with her for getting in his way. Like, and that's a perfectly legitimate reason to be upset with somebody, but that makes him the target of her anger. It doesn't make any sense. He did nothing. She did something. He did nothing. I feel like this initial anger between Duval and Ismay is supposed to be the author's way of throwing the reader off the scent of this possible romance between them, but unfortunately the author is a butthead, and this is the tool used by so many other young adult authors, and I mean, does she think we're all idiots? Because I'm pretty sure we're not. I mean, I know not all young adult authors do that, and it was inevitable that something has to be done, so you're not, you know, it's not an insta-love type of thing, but still, it's either insta-love or anger that manifests into love at some point. Like, that doesn't seem fair. Like, give us something new. Really? And I'm sorry, but in what way is this turd, Ismay, well-tempered? And somewhere in the beginning of the book, one of the nuns says that she'd make a great assassin because of how well-tempered she is, but she is in no way well-tempered. She does nothing but have violent thoughts, and she constantly wants to kill people just because she's bored, because she has nothing else to do. How is that well-tempered? Because she's able to hold back the fact that she's bored and not kill people? I'm sorry, that's not well-tempered. That's ridiculous. You are a snot, and I kind of want to punch you right in the face and, you know, kick you places. And to top off this spectacular personality that is Ismay, she is constantly complimenting herself internally. We hear her say things like, I wish I would have written down examples, but the only thing I can think of is when she was being really stealthy, and she's just like, yeah, I was so, you know, great, and I was so quiet, and they never would have heard me. Shut up! How about you let the reader think you're great instead of talking yourself up? Like, we don't need to hear that. We will figure that out for ourselves, and guess what? You're not great, you suck. So as the story progressed, I became mildly interested in the story itself, but had I not been reading this book for a readathon, I would have put this in my did not finish pile and, you know, called it a day, because it was junk. It was just terrible. I never would have gotten to the point where I found myself slightly interested. It was just horrible, and I could not stand the main character so much that I just wanted to throw it out the window. And I'm so glad that that's the book that I ended up damaging the spine of, because I don't even care anymore. And this book is so friggin' long. I mean, it's only about 550 pages, and it's not by any means the longest book I've ever read, but it's all the stuff that you could have thrown out of this book that made it feel so long. I probably could have cut this book down to about 250, 300 pages, and you would have gotten all of what you really needed. And then, Lefevers cuts out the training montage. She just freaking 3 years later that didn't make any sense, but she just like says 3 years later, instead of seeing her training, watching Ismay grow as an assassin, seeing how great she possibly becomes, we have no idea. We don't even get to see her really fight, so how do we even know how good she is? We don't get to see her train. That's like my favorite part of a book, if it's something that would fit into this scenario, obviously, but she just skips right over it. This author is so much worse than I initially thought. Like, you suck. I hate you. And if I had to read the word mayhaps one more time, I was going to track this author down and smack her right in the mouth. Guess what? It's okay if you use the word perhaps instead of mayhaps. It's not going to make it seem any worse. As my final note, I'm going to mention that how much I hate present tense. Not specifically in this book, in all books. This book is told that way. It makes me feel like everything is dialogue. So it throws me off. I feel like I have to constantly be looking for the quotation marks to make sure it's not dialogue, and I hate present tense. Even favorite books of mine that are in present tense, I don't like it that way. I like a past tense. That's just my personal opinion, so of course that made it, it kind of notched things down for me right from the start. But whatever, that's just a random side note. As you can tell, I had very strong feelings for this book. This review is more of a rant, and I apologize if you don't like ranty reviews, but there you have it, my ranting review of The Grave Mercy by Robin LaFevers. There it is. If you do like love story books, I don't even want to recommend this book. I didn't enjoy it. I would have given it 1 star had I not gotten to the point that it kind of interested me, but I might consider going on to the next ones. I know that sounds really weird, but apparently they're told from different perspectives, and it was mainly Ismay that drove me nuts, but the next 2 books are told from 2 different perspectives of the other 2 girls that were living with her in the convent, so I might consider picking it up. I don't think it would ever happen anytime soon, so I don't know, maybe, but I would consider it because it's not from Ismay's point of view. Anyway, let me know down below if you have read this book and enjoyed it and you think I'm crazy, or you agree with me and you just want to smack this author right in the face. But maybe not the author, I'm saying whatever, she's just doing her, job. But anyway, sorry if I ruined anything for you and I discouraged you from reading it. That is not my intent. Every book deserves to be read, and unfortunately I just, not every book is going to be everybody's taste. This one just wasn't mine. So yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. I'll see you later, book nerds!